Come follow the brick wall. It's your girl Eva K, and I'm ready to eat. Hey, who ready to eat with me? Who ready to come bread with me? Let's break bread. Come break bread with me. Let's break bread. We about to eat this food and get fed. Come break bread with me. Let's break bread. Now bye. Hey, it's your girl, your host Eva K, and I am here with TDon.
How you doing?
How are you today?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I am good. Y'all, look, I'm excited. So I'm at TDon's restaurant, TDon's own TDon's Crawfish, down on Magnolia. What's the address?
1931 East Magnolia.
And let me tell y'all something. His seafood, when you get, y'all know I love me some seafood. When you eat his seafood, you don't even have to have butter because the meat inside the shell, I don't know how you do it, but it's so flavorful, so seasoned and everything. So TDon, where you from?
Originally from a little town called Port Barre, Louisiana, about 15 miles from the Choctaw River.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
So you went from Louisiana, now that's in Louisiana, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you went from Louisiana to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's I was actually up here working, and industry got a little crazy, and I decided to bring something good to Knoxville. I wanted to bring the legit seafood that we have and share in Louisiana, which is a big thing down there. I know that everybody can't get that luxury like we have in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody enjoys the food. They love it. As long as my customer's happy, I'm happy. And
Hey, I was definitely happy. So now, is your background in cooking? Like, is that what you?
No, actually, my background was in the oil field industry, working in the Gulf of Mexico, and doing a lot of pipelines across the United States and stuff, and working in a lot of different refineries and stuff. And but no, it was always my dream to actually open up a restaurant, and here I am.
So let me ask you this: growing up in your small town in Louisiana, how was your childhood growing up?
Childhood was very nice. It was very fun. Got to do a lot of fishing, a lot of hunting, a lot of farming. Where I lived, where I was raised at on a gravel road, it was nothing but cornfields, bean fields, milo fields, and the river right there in my backyard. So I was always busy as a kid.
Oh, that sounds interesting. So what are the difference that you see from like Louisiana to Tennessee?
It's really culture is a big difference. Coming up here and getting used to the environment and the city part and stuff. I was never really raised in a big city. So that was a big change to actually come up here and adapt to that.
Okay, so you in East Knoxville, selling your seafood. Did you know like what kind of area you were coming into?
Really, no, I did. I had no idea. I had people tell me about it and stuff, and and I told them, I said, this is something I've been wanting to do, and I wanted to bring something good to the community where everybody can afford it. I know there's a lot of places that sell seafood that's well overpriced, and definitely not as good as my food. So,
Hey.
and I wanted to bring something to the community and build, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
Do you think that the community has received you well?
Yes, they actually have. I'm great people, meet some awesome customers, very nice, very respectful. They support my business 110%. So I really feel the love here. I really do.
I got you. Now you mentioned your prices. How do you keep your prices competitive? Like keep it lower than your competitors that are selling the same type of food?
Well, you also have to go by market prices as well. And it depends where they're getting their food from and stuff. And everybody has their own little secrets. So my secret is I get my food from Louisiana. So when I tell people that I get legit Louisiana food, I get the real thing. So I try to keep my prices as cheap as possible, and that way everybody can afford it. So at the end of the day, as long as my customers are happy, then I'm happy.
I got you. Okay, we had a pause for some customers, honey. Had to get that food out, you hear me? So listen, TDon, you said you got the freshest seafood, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
where do you get your seafood from?
I actually get it from a company out of South Louisiana, it's right out of Venice. Everybody calls it the end of the world because it's at the very bottom of Louisiana. There's a lot of seafood markets down there that buy off of the shrimpers, crabbers, and stuff that fish in the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, I like to get fresh seafood from them. And I want my customers to be able to taste the difference between frozen seafood and fresh seafood.
Got you. So do you have to go get the seafood or do they ship it to you?
Yes, I go all the way to Louisiana and I get my seafood. So it's about a 10.5 hour drive there and a 10.5 hour drive back.
So how often do you have to travel?
Every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yes, every 2 weeks.
So you got this mapped out like a science, like you know how much you're gonna need?
Exactly. I don't like to keep seafood long like a lot of restaurants do. A lot of restaurants like to keep their seafood, you know, for weeks at a time. I like to get it out fast as, you know, I get it. So I want people to be able to enjoy good fresh seafood whenever I do get it.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because you're from Louisiana. Were you affected by Hurricane Katrina? I know that happened, what, 2005-ish?
Yes, we actually had it pretty hard where we were at. New Orleans got it because of the levees that broke and stuff, and they flooded out. And but where we were living at, a lot of the fishing got hurt and stuff. It was hard for people to go back to work and everything because a lot of homes were destroyed and properties and stuff like that. And so it was pretty devastating at that time.
I got you. So where do your recipes come from? Because your food tastes so different. I'm telling you, y'all gotta come down here and try his food because it tastes so different in that homemade sauce. Oh my gosh, on the potatoes?
Well, the homemade sauce came from my sister. She been making it for years and stuff, and she learned it from a lady, and it was just kind of just passed on. The recipes for boiling and stuff. I mean, I've been 5-6 years old around my family that boils seafood all the time, so we were always boiling seafood, and it's just something that you pick up and you learn, you improvise, and you know, after so many years of doing it, it comes natural to know how long to boil it for, how long to let it sit for, and when you know it's good to eat and stuff like that.
So are you here by yourself or who do you work with?
Actually here by myself now. I did have my sister and my brother-in-law that did partner up with me, but at the moment she is having some health issues and stuff, and eventually she'll be back, but it's just not going to be right now. So I'm doing this pretty much all by myself.
Oh wow, so we definitely keep her in our prayers. But your menu, like you don't just have seafood.
No, we actually have different things. We have seafood baskets, fried catfish, fried shrimp baskets. We do hamburgers now. And our hamburgers are actually homemade hamburgers. We hand make them. It's real beef. There's no soybean patties. So we do what we could do to, you know, make it to where customers are happy with it and stuff, and they actually get good food. You know, because I know a lot of times people get tired of going to McDonald's and eating the same old thing over and over and over. So we also do po' boys, fried catfish and fried shrimp po' boys. People love it. They love the taste of them. Sausage po' boys and stuff. We have boudin, and that's something that you just.
What's boudin? Boudin.
Boudin. It's an old Cajun sausage that's been around for a very long time in Louisiana. It's very famous. If people would ever go to Louisiana, they need to stop at a place that's called Billy's Boudin and Ray's Boudin. Some of two of the best boudins in Louisiana. And we get my boudin. I get it from a friend of mine. He's 84 years old and he hand makes it himself. So, you know, I get stuff that you just don't go to the store and buy. I get stuff to where it's been made for so long, so many times, and the taste is just there, and people love it. They never heard of it, but when they do try, they love it.
I love that. So this part we want to call, you know, what is something that you want people to know about you? What do you want your customers to know about you?
I want them to know that I'm very honest and very loyal to my customers. I want them to know that when they walk through my door, I want them to feel at home. I want them to be able to feel like they can talk about anything. And, you know, and that's what it's all about. It's about the hospitality of greeting your customers and stuff. And I want them to know that, you know, I'm here for them 110%, and I'll do the best I can to make them happy.
And you definitely do that. You didn't even know me and doing the extra, like, oh, you're doing a video? That's so cool. And just doing some extra. So I just want to say thank you for taking your time out to have this interview with me. I just wanted people in the community to know, if anybody from back in the day know Miss Murray's Hot Tamales, that's where his shop is. And that was something me and my daddy always did. We always went to Murray's Hot Tamales and got tamales from Miss Murray. So I'm just glad that you're here. You have seafood, the only seafood that I really know of in East Knoxville. Great price. It ain't gonna break the bank. It tastes good, and you're very personable.
Thank
you. Get to actually know your customers that's coming in.
Thank you.
So thank you. Anything else you want to mention before we?
Yes, anytime y'all ready to eat some good old Louisiana food, y'all come on down and see me, 1931 East Magnolia. Phone number is 865-347-2166. Y'all give me a call. We open from Wednesdays to Saturdays from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Thank y'all so much, and I hope to see y'all soon.
Bye. See you later.
What you think about it?
I'm about to try boudin.
It's got a good taste.
Sausage.
It's something different. You know, not everybody likes it, but it's just one of those things where that's over a 100-year-old recipe. And a lot of people don't even know what it is.
It kind of tastes like jambalaya, but just in the casing.
Just think about it as jambalaya in a case.
Yeah, so
That's all you got to think about. Just jambalaya in a case.
this is the only thing on TDon's menu that I haven't tried, so I want to try some boudin. It's like sausage, corn, chicken. Gotta fix them up. My girl.
Would y'all like something to drink, ladies?